evening. I'm Stacey Amos for News Channel 8, and these are the top stories that we have for you tonight. A man is shot and killed on St. Thomas. Remembrance of freedom in the Fort to Fort Walk. 4th of July fireworks and earthquake. Some islands felt the earth shake. Those stories and more are up next for you on News Channel 8. Top story tonight, 23-year-old Carlito R. Blake was shot and killed recently on his doorstep in the hospital ground area of St. Thomas. VIPD spokesperson Melody Rames tells us more about the 32nd homicide in our territory.
Major crime detectives on St. Thomas are investigating a fatal shooting that occurred at about 10:45 p.m. on July 3rd in H.H. Bergsholm housing community. The victim has been identified as 23-year-old Carlito R. Blake, who resided in that community. According to the initial police report, police were dispatched to the scene and saw the unresponsive body of a male lying in a doorway of an apartment in Building 1B. The victim appeared to have multiple gunshot wounds to his body. When medical technicians arrived, they said the victim had no vital signs. This case is under active investigation by the Major Crimes Unit. Police are urging anyone who knows anything about this fatal shooting to call detectives at 714-9834 or 715-5522. If you wish to remain anonymous and perhaps collect a reward, you can call Crime Stoppers USVI at 1-800-222-TIPS.
In other news, the Fort to Fort Freedom Walk was held on Emancipation Day on St. Croix. Here are the highlights.
It's Emancipation Day, a day of reverence, a day of significance in the Virgin Islands. We're walking so you can remember. Senator Nelson, where we at? Now my chairman, Mr. James, was just discussing that we are about 2/3 of the way. So we have 1/3 more to go. We figure we're going to make it. We're in front of Sunshine Mall. We began about 5:10 this morning, 5:15, and we're making rapid time.
We're a little fast to thoughts, you know, so we're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
So this is a break stop.
Yeah, this is our last.
And we're gathering. The people are gathering here because the police said they are stretched out a little too far.
We're trying to have a block of people to show solidarity going on in the British State.
Right.
As you know, it is to commemorate what happened on July 30, 1948. So.
Let's go. Let us go to church on Sunday and have the Bible and take the land in the money. I don't want to be all I want is equal rights to everybody. And the world wasn't built like that. We have to change it. Don't tell me nothing can't change.
Well, some St. Croix residents are angry about the construction of the Christiansted Bypass project. News Channel 8's Wes Small files this report.
Stacy, we are here in Peters Farm Condos, and this is the area of the Christiansted Bypass. And I am here with Joseph and Nigel, two residents of Peters Farm Condos, and they have some questions that they need to have answered about access to and from their home. This place, by the way, has been here since the 1960s. As you can see here, this has withstood some major storms and so forth. Originally set up, I believe, as low income. Joseph, you were telling me for like doctors, nurses, and government workers alike.
Yes.
And so it has quite a history here. And tell us, what is the problem?
Basically, the owners and residents here have been putting up with the construction of the bypass for the last several years. And it's soon to open. And once it opens and the traffic is moving along here, the sidewalk, to use the sidewalk on the bypass, is on the other side of the road. And we have no assurance that we're going to be able to get across to the sidewalk.
All right, as we look, yeah, the sidewalk is over there. That's first.
Yeah.
Nigel, what do you say?
Nigel.
Well,
Oh,
we would like a crosswalk, and when we talk with Public Works, they tell us to contact the bypass people, and when we contact the bypass people, they tell us to contact Public Works, but nobody tells us whether we can have a crosswalk so we can get safely across
who's
the
the
street.
bypass people?
Well, that would be the supervisors and
Yeah.
the people that are actually here working on the road.
All right. And no crosswalk, no light or anything. So that's it. Traffic's just going to be zooming through here, and you guys are just, that's it.
The
Did they
sidewalk-
say one is coming? Are they going to help you?
They always keep telling us that they're going to check and get back to us, and it's been over a year, and we don't have a response.
Wow. Well, tonight, you know you're going to get a response when they watch this tonight, and hopefully that they'll tell you something. Any last words, guys, before we leave?
Well, the other big safety concern is our fire hydrant is right next to that power pole, and the street used to go through, but then when they put the bypass in, they cut us off from the fire hydrant. And then when we asked if we were getting a fire hydrant, they said they didn't know, but they put in a 12-inch water main along this side of the road, and
no
when
fire hydrant.
and no fire hydrant.
Wait a minute. They took out your fire hydrant, and they have a water main for the fire hydrant, but they didn't replace the fire hydrant.
No, sir. And all we really want to do, we want to be able to live here safely, and we'd like to be able to cross the road safely.
Wow. And isn't it something as you see that? I see an old friend
Here comes Steve.
coming down now, and he'll probably have something to say as well. Let's hear your spin on this.
Okay.
What is wrong with this situation?
What's wrong with it? About a year ago in April, I went to the coalition in Frederickstead, around Carlton, near Kmart, and they said they would see about getting a ramp across there so that we can get on the sidewalk, which was built on that side of the road, so that the tourists could walk up there and see the beautiful harbor, polluted harbor, and the rooftops in Christiansted, you know. And they said they would see about trying to get some speed bumps. Well, work is being done, and I don't see any speed bumps. I don't see anything. No sidewalk on this side of the road, so that we could get down to where they want to put the traffic light, you know.
Yeah. How long have you lived here, Steve?
About 13 years.
Wow. And you folks have been here.
For 5 years.
Residents of Peters Farm condominiums are not happy. Perhaps by tomorrow, some representative from these factions, either from Public Works or from the bypass, can come talk to these folks because they were here first to say, wow, we're sorry we forgot you. This is what we can do. Wow.
They would do something, you know.
I hear you, partner. And y'all be very careful once this opens.
I don't know if I could get it out of the house, you know.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to try and dodge traffic. What I'm going to do is sue the government. And the Constitution says that any citizen can sue the American government. And that's the federal law. None of this stuff with you have to get permission from the local government. You know, Arizona found out that the federal government still runs Arizona. You know.
Don't mess with Steve. He's contacting his attorney. Here at Peters Farm, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
The fine folks of the Dominican Cultural Group gave away 2 scholarships earlier today. News Channel 8's Wes Small has the story.
Thank you very much, Stacy. A win-win situation here with hard economic times facing our Virgin Islands. The Dominican Cultural Society Group. I'm here with Miss Burton, president. She's going to correct me on that. But they have 2 recipients here standing next to her of scholarships that they have been so generous to donate. And I'm going to let Miss Burton introduce this fantastic act from the heart. Thank you very much. I see it's the Dominica United Cultural Group. You got your T-shirt on.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
The Dominica United Cultural Group is a non-profit organization started in 1992. 3 years ago, we saw the need to assist children who have excelled in their academics. On behalf of the Dominica United Cultural Group, we would like to present to Kimanis Vialet of St. Croix Educational Complex and Kayla Bradshaw of the St. Croix Central High School, the small award to help defray the cost of your studies. We wish you well, we wish you all the best, and wish you God blessings.
Olive Bedminster from Dominica United Cultural Group. I will present Carla Bradshaw this beautiful envelope for success of your school, and I wish you God blessing, and I wish your family well, and keep studying, and God bless you.
I would just like to thank the Dominica United Cultural Group for their wondrous contribution to my studies, and I greatly appreciate it.
All right, and Ms. Bradshaw, you just graduated from Central. What college will you be attending?
I will be attending Gannon University in Erie, Pennsylvania, majoring in nursing.
Wow. And how are we going to say how much this scholarship is there? Do you know how much it was? You know how much it is already?
I believe it's for $1,000.
It's for $1,000. Yeah, there it is.
Yes, it is.
It is $1,000. And who do we have? Who is this lady here?
I thank the Dominican United Group for giving Keela this scholarship. Thank you.
And who's Keela to you?
Keela is my daughter, and I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
And the dad here, I wonder who this handsome young guy is. I've never seen him before. Principal Kurt Violette, we all know you. And of course, I know that Kiamis, I think I'm saying that right. I know that you're very proud of your daughter.
I'm very proud of Kiamis, and before they even give her the check, I really want to thank the Dominica United Cultural Group for this wonderful scholarship. Every little bit counts. It's really, really going to help us tremendously. This is my second daughter that will be in college at the same time, so I really appreciate it.
Plus, you're still getting the 8% taken out of you, aren't you?
Oh yes, all of us are getting.
You could be 16. I don't ever know.
My name is Cecil George. I'm a member of the Dominica United Cultural Group.
Yeah.
And I'm here to present Ms. Viale with this small token to help her defray costs in college.
The only man in the group with these pretty ladies from Dominica. And go ahead and give it to Kiamis.
My name is Kiamis Viale. I'd like to thank the Dominican Cultural Group for awarding me with this scholarship and everybody who contributed to their fund. I will be attending the University of North Carolina in Charlotte to study biology pre-med.
Wow, we got Dr. Viale coming.
Yes.
Yeah, so, but yes, go ahead.
We would also like to thank the community for always supporting us in all our activities. Thank you, everyone.
Well, yeah, give yourselves a round of
Channel
applause.
8.
Hey, Channel 8, always here. You're welcome. Give yourself a round of applause. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Congratulations to both of those high school seniors. Coming up, an earthquake shakes up the Caribbean, and a popular jockey is shaken up by his recent arrest. That's up next in your Caribbean Report.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
Now here's your Caribbean Report. From the Caribbean, preliminary information according to the Puerto Rico Seismic Network was that an earthquake measuring a magnitude of 5.1 on the Richter scale occurred at 5:29 p.m. yesterday afternoon, 4 miles east-southeast of Stony Ground, Anguilla, and 64 miles north-northwest of Basseterre, St. Kitts and Nevis. No damage was reported, but people did feel the shake. From CARICOM, CARICOM leaders are meeting in their annual summit on the island of St. Lucia and have indicated they are worried that their traditional markets could be further eroded by U.S.-based global rum producer Diageo, and are seeking to hold talks with the United States Trade Representative on unfair trading matters. From Montserrat, Caribbean police forces have been supporting the ongoing investigation into the suspicious death of George Allen Jr., Commissioner of the Royal Montserrat Police Service. Allen, also known as Ezra David, passed away on June 28th in Trinidad and Tobago, where he was receiving medical care from a gunshot wound sustained around mid-March in Montserrat. From Puerto Rico, Julio Garcia, a prominent jockey, has been arrested on charges of failing to pay over $165,000 in child support for 2 of his children. From Antigua, Prime Minister Baldwin Spencer has been accused of displaying dictator-type tendencies similar to those utilized by Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez. However, on a positive note, the government has just signed a multi-million-dollar investment deal with BA Panel Systems to build thousands of affordable homes, which will contribute a projected $200 million
into the economy. From the Dominican Republic, one of the world's largest gold mining operations is about to open in the country, where the industry has a toxic legacy of pollution that stained rivers a searing red and failed to lift the fortunes of this largely poor country. From Dominica, the government will remain resolute in its support for Venezuela's Petro-Caribe energy agreement, according to Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, in which he stated, quote, "We appreciate the importance of Petro-Caribe to every single Dominican walking the streets. I can say without any fear of contradiction that the Petro-Caribe agreement is the lifeblood of many countries in the Caribbean and Latin America." From Puerto Rico, the number of detected dengue cases is running at above average levels as Puerto Rico enters the peak season for the painful disease. 8 cases of the more severe illness has been confirmed, although no one has died. From the Caribbean, whaling quotas for indigenous groups in the region have been renewed by the International Whaling Commission. Heated exchanges during the discussions involved an allegation from the St. Kitts and Nevis delegate Davin Joseph that the mainly Latin American countries seeking to block the bid were, quote, bordering on racism. From Puerto Rico, with prices for solar-powered systems falling and affordable financing on the rise, the government will lower the amount of its Green Energy Fund expands on residential projects so more homeowners can benefit from the program. Governor Louis Fortuno has pledged to double the size of the GEF if re-elected. And in your cricket update, Chris Gayle, the West Indies batsman, has emphasized the need for his team to start the upcoming 5-match ODI series in Kingston against New Zealand on a winning note, which begins today. And Dr. Ernest Hilaire, the outspoken and often controversial CEO of West Indies cricket, is leaving the job for a diplomatic post in London, expected to happen in September.
Please be sure to check our Facebook page for all full details on stories in the Caribbean Report. Now, the Alexander Hamilton Jump Up takes place tomorrow in downtown Christiansted. News Channel 8's Wes Small is with organizer Colin Hodge for the details.
Stacy, we're at the Christiansted Boardwalk, and I got to tell you, it really does my heart good to see a lot of reconstruction going on here. The old Sticks place, that's going to be like a #1 place. Here with Colin Hodge, organizer of the Alexander Hamilton Summer Jump Up. It's that time again. Know we're going to have great security out here. It looks like the weather's holding up, Colin. What's going on? Always got something going on. Triathlon Jump Up. That was the last one, or?
That was the last one. Yes. Good afternoon and good evening to the viewing audience. Yes, it's that time again for CRRA to put on one of the biggest events in, I would dare say, in the Virgin Islands, which is our summer edition of Jump Up. You know, each Jump Up have a different feel, and the Summer Jump Up is going to portray our Crucian Caribbean culture. Years ago, the committee came up with that idea as the one Jump Up that we request our vendors, our merchants, and everybody who's participating to show off our Crucian Caribbean culture in some way, whether it's the food you prepare, the way you dress, a bandana or something in your store. So this is the Crucian Caribbean Flavor Edition, which is the Alexander Hamilton Summer Jump Up. We have 10 live bands and DJs will be all around Christiansted. Of course, I want to thank the VIPD who usually blocks off the street around 5. So please, if you're working in town, if you're coming to town, please remember there is no parking in the Jump Up area from 5 p.m. in the afternoon. Just want to say thanks to our sponsors, Team Consultants LLC, the Virgin Islands Department of Tourism, and of course the Taste of St. Croix. I want to thank the many merchants who continually open their doors late, whether it's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, they open their doors late to make their, make their stores available so you can do your shopping, you can do your dining, etc., etc. Activities is one of the most wholesome way that we can bring our families together, and Jump Up is one of those activities. I get called literally daily from people coming into the Virgin Islands that wants to make sure Jump Up is happening. So I just want to say this is also a good time because it's coming out of course, we all know the St. John Festival. So, if you're here as a tourist, I'm quite sure you're traveling from island to island. This is a great way to end your week of vacation. So just want to say 6 to 10 p.m. Tomorrow night in downtown Christiansted, the Alexander Hamilton edition of the Summer Jump Up.
All right, now we got a lot of music again out here.
Oh yes,
yeah. Let's get into that.
There's so many different type of bands that offers themselves, to Jump Up. But we try to make sure that they're able to be family oriented, that they can be entertaining, but keeping in consideration the type of event Jump Up is. We have quality bands such as the Unit Band, we have the Elite Band, of course we have Pandemonics, who is a staple. They usually perform right there in Queen and Strand Street. DJ Swain, we got Noel went to Steel Pan, and the list goes on and on. So from Caravel Arcade to the corner of Sonia's to the corner of Rhythms to the corner of Purple Papaya, we have entertainment in every corner. Don't forget the Rising Stars. That band is so big, and we always needed a very big and neutral location. What better background than the Government House to have the Rising Stars? So they're usually right in front of Government House in that beautiful area right there, heading down, right on King Street, heading down to the boardwalk. So I just want to say thanks to our sponsors. We're looking forward to seeing you. Bring out the entire family. Do your Christmas shopping early and stock up.
Make sure you come out here again. 5 o'clock is when the parking stops in most areas, and hey, it's going to be a lot of fun. Here with Colin Hodge, the organizer on the Christiansted Wharf, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes. I look forward to seeing everybody out there tomorrow. Coming up, happy 4th of July in Frederiksted. We have your fireworks highlights up next.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
Now here's a look at how St. Croix celebrated Independence Day with fireworks.
So nice, eh? Hey, all right? Somewhere.